morning and welcome to another episode of Life with Professor Virtual. It is Wednesday morning at 6:39 and I am headed out the door. My second and only day this week I can do it. I did it Monday, so I'm doing it today. Cold. It's supposed to be in the 60s today, but it is cold. Excuse me if we hear the air in the background. I'm freezing. Woke up at 6 this morning because I know that I showered last night after doing major house cleaning. There we go. With my pills and my protein shake. Water, I think I'm good to go. Hopefully I can donate today. We really need the money because I need to get sugar for my coffee, water for a water machine, get one of those ones where you put giant 5-gallon jugs of water on it. Oh, you put it at the bottom of this one. And you can get hot or cold or room temperature water. It is cold out too this morning. Woke up a little stuffy today. Because that. Another routine, I sit there and we have a chit chat while I drive to Plasma Center. Alright. April 8th, I'm going to be getting some new glasses. I'm going to go to the dashboard. People are in a hurry to hit stoplight, it looks like. Hopefully it warms up this morning. Hopefully it warms up by the time I get out of Plasma. If not, it's going to be another cold ride home. Let's see. Oh yeah, the house is going to be refinanced. No, we're not going to be losing the house. My mom just is going to refinance it, get a loan on it, and that way she'll have some extra cash. Second time she's done that. Now one would think that when you do refinance it again, they just go based off the pictures they took of the first appraisal, but nope, they want to appraise it again for some reason, so that means we have to re-clean it, which is good because we need to re-clean it before my mom visited this summer. And because it's her house too, it's in her name, she calls it her home, so he wants to do that. He's coming home in July for a couple weeks. So I still got a load of dishes to do. Excuse me, I am tired. I went to bed a good time, I'm gonna sleep. And it's sad that it took that to get everyone to really take cleaning the house seriously. Alright, I was thinking we're about to turn back onto our usual drive. It was busy today. This is why I leave early. Traffic. Going to Menominee Parkway. Now this is a straight shot, as I said before, straight to the Plasma Center because this turns into State Street eventually. Over a speed bump, or speed hump as they call it. So yesterday we went to the food pantry in Waukesha. Now it's open most days. It opens up at 1 and runs till about 3. So if you show up, the best time to show up there is like at 12:30, and then you just have to wait till 12:45 so you can line up at the door. Now there's several ways you can get food at the food pantry. One way is you could go in one door, wait in line after you've registered, and then you get to walk around and you get to shop. The shopping to tell you how much of what you can get. Another way is you stand in another door and you get the pre-packaged box of stuff. Then the third way is you can call ahead and they have stuff ready for you to pick up. Well, we usually go there. We usually go to the shopping thing. It's fun and you get to pick and choose what you want. However, we had an experience there. This is the second time we kind of experienced there. Well, I should say the third time we had an experience there. It's an experience that really shouldn't have happened, but it did. So the first time we had an experience there, we were like fourth in line, me and my wife go. And as we're standing in line, this guy comes up, and this is a really cold day, like really cold day. This tall guy comes up, gives everybody in line to get to be first in line. Because it's cold outside. The guy in front of us literally said, well, you should have dressed better. The second time we were first in line, because you can't line up until 12:45. And when 12:45 hit, me and Jill, which is my wife's name, decided to be ready to go. We rushed out of our car, got first in line, and a couple skipped everybody in line to get in front of us. And we asked them, we can't do that, we were first in line. And they go, well, we were here at 11:30, and that's not how it goes. It's not when you arrive there, because you're not even supposed to arrive there until 15 minutes before the place opens. We just get there so we can sit and wait for a good spot. We argued with this couple, and finally one of the volunteers came out and had basically said that can't be done. It told them either get to the back of the line or go home. Then, as we were in there waiting to go, they tried it again. And got told again, get to the end of the line or go home. Yesterday, we can't line up at the door till 12:45. And to get the good stuff, you got to be like third or fourth, first through fourth in line. After that, you get the slip pickets and you get what's left. So, at 12:42, everyone started to line up again. No one came out and said anything. So my wife Jill went and asked if we had to call ahead for the box of stuff. And I said, no, you just have to wait in line. So that's what we did. We went to the other door where you could do that in line. We go in, they tell you if to get any specials or what they're giving. We had pizzas. And you get a pre-packaged box of stuff. You get some good stuff. We got a couple meats and proteins. Asked for chicken, they gave us fish instead. They gave us salmon. I really don't know if eat that. So a couple things, 2 things with 2 gallons of milk, 3 frozen pizzas. We're down to 2. We ate 1 last night. A couple of dishes, we finished those off last night. Those were good. Cheese and cherry, they're really good. A couple other good things too. And some stuff we really wouldn't eat. We either tossed it or just gonna say, well, we'll see what will happen. So that was our experience at the food pantry the other day. Was that our first time going to a food pantry? When I lived in Racine, we always went to the food pantry every once in a while. But Racine's got like, and when we first started going, one of them used to be that you get to pick and choose when you get to shop. But ever since COVID, they changed that around. So when we live in Brookfield, we go to the one in Waukesha. There's one in Pewaukee. From what I've read and saw online, the Pewaukee one's open for like an hour, and that's it. 1 hour. It's not even enough to serve half the community. And you had the process of cleaning before we went, because we cleaned all morning. And the process of cleaning before we went, had our hallway carpet's kind of a disaster. So I took the carpet cleaner to it to try to get as much of it as I could, which I did get a lot of it off. A lot of it looks better than it did. But our steam cleaner leaks now. It leaks, like I said. I mean, we thought we fixed it, but it still leaks. It worked for a while, but it leaks. And our little puppy, the 1-year-old small dog, had once chewed the cord, so we duct taped it. But now the cord got wet, leaked, and now it just trips the fuse all the time, trips the breaker all the time, no matter where you plug it in. My mom, we talked to my mom, and she is actually going to research and get us a new carpet cleaner and have it sent to the house. We're going to get rid of the other one. We had a talk. My mom, she didn't look at me, but she said over the phone, she said, what do you think, Paul? And I said, I think you should get a new one. I go, the thing leaks, it strips breakers, it's not good. And she's like, yeah, do some research and I'll get you a new one. The house is looking semi-decent. I did floors. It doesn't look like it did on the floors in the kitchen because people walked on it, but it did. Carpet in the hallway looks pretty good. And we get a new one. I'm going to try again with the new one to try to see how much I can get up. And we're going to hopefully get it cleaned up good enough. And I told the other 2, I told my wife and my stepson, I said, once we get this place really looking good, can we keep it that way? I know we said the last time when it went downhill, I am not predicting it to last long, but at least if it can last for a bit, that's all I care. I gotta rechange the water and the mop bucket and probably remop the floors. I did do a pretty good job making sure the cat box area looks good. I pulled everything out. The boxes, actually, I mixed up, put fresh litter in it. I pulled both boxes out. I swept and mopped in that area. I put down some pads because, like I said, cats are messy creatures. And I put the cat boxes back. And in other news, not sure other news, but sorry to say that. So it's supposed to be 60 degrees today, so hopefully it warms up by the time I get out of the donation. I doubt it. I think it's supposed to get 60 till later this afternoon, so yeah, we'll go to the store after there's a limo. Hopefully we go out to the store after I get back, sometime after I get back, because we need to get a few things. That's why I'm donating. I really didn't want to go, but I know we need the money, so I'm going as we enter Miller Valley. So we're at the traffic light. I'm about maybe 2-3 minutes from Plasma Center, so we're on State and 37th Street. Last time I went in, I could scan in right away, so hopefully I can do that again, which is nice because then I can get in quicker. But I might be because Monday was a slow day. Sometimes if it's a slow day, you can scan in right away. Other times you have to wait your time clock. I don't mind either way. Well, we're almost to the Plasma Center. Driving past a lot of buildings. At the Plasma Center, of course, like I said, every Monday and Wednesday vlog morning, I can show you the process. So I'll quickly describe it as usual for those who don't know. You go in, after you get an app. Once you start doing it, you get an app, and in the app you fill out your information. You fill out a questionnaire that asks important questions. Then you scan in. Then you wait for your name to be called. There they test your heart rate. They test your iron, or your hematocrit. They test your protein, they take your temperature. If everything passes, then they tell you what donation area to go in. It's colored. If they're colored, you go there. Then they stick you when you just donate the plasma until you're done. Walk out the door, and when you did some good, you got some money in the process, all is well. So until then, I will see you in the next shot. All right, I'm back from donating once again. This time I should have got 60. Because on your second day of the week, you get 60, you get a little bit more than in the first. And we're off. This place is much nicer, like I said, than other places. And of course, BioLife, I'm banned there for a year. They're incredibly strict on their protein, I guess. Back on the State Street. You're gonna have to hit the person walking across the street. Out here in this part of Milwaukee, you kind of have to watch out for people. People don't generally use crosswalks or traffic lights and turns. They can walk. But otherwise, it's all good. It's an impatient day there. There's a lot of people. It's like people don't quite understand the fact that places get slow. They may be short-staffed. They may be that sort of thing. Looks like a funeral. I was just at one in Racine a month ago, I would say. One of my wife's closest friends had passed away. Can't take any more death. And so, through Miller Valley as usual, and State Street. So you call my name. I'm on my way over to where you get tested for, make sure your blood pressure is good, make sure your hematocrit is good, make sure your weight is good, versus all that sort of stuff. They call it the vitals check. And they decide, as I'm walking in, some guy comes up in front of me and goes to the person that does all that and looks and goes, complains about the fact that they're calling his time slot a little later than normal. They didn't call 7:30 till like 15. I figured they're slow. Happen if they're short-staffed for the day, you gotta work with them here. The first time I've seen people complain about waiting longer than normal. I think one time I was there, and some guy went to the counter and complained that 7:30 hadn't been called yet at 7:45. Like, just wait. This week is Vulture Week because, I sit on the way there at the food pantry. You're supposed to line up at 7:45. A ton of people lined up at 7:42. I mean, at 12:45, and people lined up at 12:42. And then, just at the plasma center, same thing. It's like, dude, quit being impatient for God's sakes. It's this world don't have patience anymore. I've seen people drive as you sit there at a stoplight and light's still red, and they still go on. And it's like, you get yourself in an accident driving like that. I'm not going to get myself in an accident driving like an idiot. No, enough of complaining. Think of the positives here. The kitchen is getting pretty decent, which is one of my cleaning projects I've been wanting to do around the house. The living room looks good. It's got a few more things to do in there. The hallway looks good because, it wasn't until we realized that our sugar, so we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll just have a creamer or drink it like that. But, they had the hallway. The hallway looks good, except the fact that, I'm not done cleaning the carpet yet. I'm going to try to get as soon as I can, but we're waiting on a steam cleaner to show up because the one we have is basically shot leaks now. It has a cord issue. You're doing this place nearby the house, that Capitol Drive, that fixes and repairs things. And we had taken it there once before to get something repaired. But you don't know if they're still there, and also it could cost $100 or more, and my mom would just rather buy a new steam cleaner for us. I got a ton more dishes I gotta get done. I gotta keep on the cat boxes, use them every other day. I gotta clean one in the bedroom because that is probably cleaned up. We need to get cat litter and sugar, at least those two things today. I'm not sure when we're gonna go out today, but probably a vlog about that. I've been vlogging like every day, and I enjoy doing it. So, 16 subscribers enjoy the vlogs, the regular everyday vlogs, like these. They may be boring to you, but I enjoy doing them. Survey crew. Okay. We're at a stoplight. This is State and North 60th Street by, I call Metcalf's in the Village. Metcalf's is a very expensive grocery store out here. There's a few of them out there that are out around Milwaukee, Madison area. Metcalf's, Metromart. I think I went to one Madison a long time ago, spent $60, bought like a few items and spent $60. When I could go to Walmart or Aldi's and spend $60 on my week's worth of groceries, I bought like 5 items. I was on a bit of a health kick at the time, so I was making protein shakes to take in the morning. I drink on the way to work in the morning, and kind of want to start doing that, but protein powder is a big expense and blender. Or I used to have a smoothie maker, but that kind of destroyed and broken countless moves. So lost a lot of stuff I had when I lived in Cambridge, Wisconsin, kind of destroyed in the move to Racine, Wisconsin. But you're not gonna get up about it or get angry about it. It is what it is. I just save up and buy a new one, or I just ask for one for a birthday or Christmas gift if I really want it. The question is, am I going to use it? Why would I get it and have it collect dust and not use it? It's kind of like buying alcohol. You're gonna buy alcohol for one. We have alcohol sitting in our freezer because that's how we keep alcohol cold, because it doesn't freeze. But we only pull it out New Year's Eve. That I don't think we even pulled it out this New Year's Eve. A lot has kind of happened in my life this past year, 2025. And the big thing was my mom moving to Florida. Of course, all you fellow big-time vloggers who will probably watch probably know my channel, but anyway, or those that do understand that one of the biggest vloggers who passed away just before Christmas. I hope if you are a fan of Adam the Woo, that you went on his dad's channel, JWW on the Move, and watch the wonderfully, it was an amazing celebration of life ceremony for Adam. You hear his dad talk about Adam's many travels. He had by the time he hit 50, been all over the world. So yeah, think about it. Let's get my bucket list to see all 50 states before I die. But that's my bucket list because, life. I feel honored that I got to see all of East Coast or East Coast. Like Boston and New York and Gettysburg, Philadelphia. Been once with my mom and then once to see my wife's Uncle Jim, who lives in Massachusetts. And then, see some of the hotels in Vegas. There's things that I wanted to see and got to see. I wanted to see New York. I've always wanted to go see New York. I've always wanted to see Massachusetts. I always wanted to go to Vegas. There's so much more to these areas that I didn't get to do, but that's for maybe when resources are scarce in my life, that could be something I could do. Hop in the car and drive back to Vegas, or hop in the car and drive to Boston again, or whatever. We've been planning maybe to back one or two more times to Massachusetts. I'd love to take my wife and my stepson to Boston. We tried last time we were there, but we went one on a weekend and that day we packed. They had an event going on that we decided we couldn't find a parking spot, so we drove back to her uncle's. I didn't mind being at her uncle because her uncle's kind of a neat guy, and it was a nice vacation. We needed something like that after what was going on in our lives. We lost my dad. Other things happened at that time. Just got married a couple weeks before that. Then my dad, that sort of thing. I think now that the weather's starting to get somewhat nicer out, I think I'm going to plan a few around Wisconsin trips, or even around the area trips with my camera, and maybe I'll vlog a bit about how I edit my photos. Vlog around doing the photo, just the same old spot over and over and over again. The closest, take my stepson who just gets out, and we'll go grab cameras and head out. I'd like to take him places, he likes lighthouses, down to Kenosha to take pictures of the lighthouses out there. Maybe on a day trip, just go out there, stay out there, and then come back later on in the afternoon or evenings and make sure we have enough money saved up so we can stop somewhere, do a nice road trip, a nice father-son deal. I'm more of his actual dad. And I'm glad and I'm proud to be his father, have him, that he thinks of me as a father instead of his own dad. I have a shirt, or used to have, I don't know if I still have it anymore, that my wife had gotten me while we were still engaged, and I had moved to Racine, and it said, "I'm not the stepdad, I'm the dad that stepped up," and that's what I am. I am the dad that stepped up. I'm the person that said, I'm going, no matter how old, I'm going to treat this young person, treat son as if he was my own kid, and that's what I have done. And I am proud to say I'm a stepdad because, he may not be biologically, but in a sense, I feel like he is my child. I feel like he's someone that I wish I could have raised from a young age, from his birth on. But you know what? I think those that have tried to be a father figure for him in the past, including his own dad, realizing that one, he has severe ADHD, and two, he can be a handful because of it, didn't understand how to deal with that. If you keep on going straight down this road, you cross Mayfair Road, you'll end up another end of this park, which is more of a dog park where you can take your dogs to run around and play. We've been planning on doing that with Lucy, run out some energy, everything else. That way, we come home, she sleeps for a while. Let her have some fun. We still have to get her to go outside when she has to go do her thing. Was pad trained in Texas when she was born because everywhere. So there's this disease that you don't want your puppy to get, and it's called parvo. And parvo is deadly to puppies. It can kill them. Now, everywhere there's parvo, and even in Wisconsin, parvo is pretty bad. But the worst is Texas, and so to keep Lucy from getting parvo, they pad trained her before we got her, so that way she can do her thing, but not have to worry about getting parvo. And ever since then, she's thought that that's what she can do, and that's why we're trying to get the toy clean and hopefully get her to go outside more. We've been reading up on how to do that, going online, that sort of deal, and we're at it. Seriously? We're almost home. We're about to turn on the cap. Ooh, light turned green for us. Nice. As I was saying, my stepson has severe ADHD, and you have to learn to deal with that. And with my previous marriage to my first wife, her brother had ADHD, but has my stepson, so I knew exactly how to handle him and how to deal with him. I mean, he's not as bad. My ex-brother-in-law, horrible. I mean, honestly, this kid it was to the point they sent him to some sort of rehab just because of it, and that didn't work. Anyway, then I'm going to take you a different route home today. We're going to go up Capitol to Lily. So you've seen me take 124th and then 124th to Lisbon, but we're going to take a different route today. So enjoy. And I'm back. My camera cut out. I think I'm running out of space, so when I get home, I'm going to have to clean out the camera photos so we can vlog some more. Hope you enjoyed the trip Capitol to Lily. We're currently on Lily Road, the opposite direction. I don't usually come this way that often unless we have to go this way, but I usually like to go up Lisbon because during the afternoons Lisbon is less congested than this, and it's easier to do that instead of having to wait for traffic to clear. Right now it's still early in the morning. It's about 9:30. Starting on Glendale on our way home, and we can get it easier again. Thanks for watching this episode of Life with Professor Retro Plasma Donation Edition. I have donated plasma now twice this week, so therefore I cannot donate plasma until Monday because you can only do it twice a week. I mean, yeah. And there's times where I'll explain hematocrit right now before I end the vlog. It is not just your iron, it's the blood that flows through your body, all the red blood cells all the time. Yes, during the plasmodation process, you get those back after they filter out the it's called plasmapheresis. After that process is done, you get the blood cells back. But some of it doesn't come back to you because some of it gets stuck in the filters and in the tubing, and they throw that out when they're done and into disposable things, and then it's there. So yeah, you gotta let that build up. That's why you do it twice a week. And sometimes when I go, that's out of whack. Usually that's fine. I just go home, I wait a day or two, or I wait till I have to go. I can go back out and try again. Or if worse comes to worse, like last time, I waited about 2 weeks to build up because I have been taking these iron blood build pills, so that helps out as well. So anyway, peace out. Stay frosty. Remember, the road is where the stories are. Do good in the world, and I'll see you in the next vlog.